Hello students, I am Vijayalakshmi welcoming you all. In this video, we will discuss about extension of Cauchy's integral theorem, Cauchy's integral formula and generalization of Cauchy's integral formula, some problems related to Cauchy's integral theorem and Cauchy's integral formula. Let us now discuss about extension of Cauchy's integral theorem. Let a closed curve C contained another closed curve C1 and function f of z be analytic at every point lying in the ring-shaped domain bounded by C and C1, then the integration over C f of z dz is equal to integration over C1 f of z dz. They are given that C is a closed curve. In that another closed curve C1 and the function f of z be analytic everywhere lying in the ring-shaped domain bounded by C and C1. Now let us consider these curves. Here C is a closed curve. In that C1 is also another closed curve. In this ring-shaped region, the function f of z is analytic at every point. This region, this ring-shaped region is bounded by the two curves C and C1. Now, they are from the statement, they are saying that integral of the integral value of outer curve C is equal to the integral value of the inner curve C1. To prove this, we connect these two curves with a negligible gap by drawing a straight lines from the curve C to C1. We are considering some points on the curve A and the curve C, that is A, B, C, D, E in clockwise in anti-clockwise direction. And in the curve C1, the points are F, G, H, I in clockwise direction. Here we are joining these two curves with a straight line having the points E, F and IA. So the region the complete region forms a loop. Here the function in this loop, the function f of z is analytic and this region of integration is 0 by using Cauchy's integral theorem. Here we can say that the function f of z is analytic. So we can say that by Cauchy's integral theorem, the region of integration is 0. To prove that, we are considering Cauchy's integral theorem. That is, if f of z is analytic on and within a simple closed contour C, then f dash of z is continuous. Then we can write integral over C f of z dz is equal to 0. Here C is the curve which represents the region of the integration of these two curves C and C1. The region of these two curves C and C1 is A, B, C, D, E, the outer curve, and the inner curve is F, G, H, I. The connecting points are E to F and I to A. So we are considering this whole region of integration, that is integral over A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, A, f of z dz. Now we are dividing this whole region into some parts. That is, first we are considering the region of the outer curve and the link between outer curve to inner curve. That means the starting point of the outer curve to inner curve and the region of integration, the inner curve. Finally, the joining point from A to I to A. So here we are dividing this region into four parts, that is integral over A to B, integral a b c d e f of z dz plus integral e of f of z dz plus integral f g h I plus integral I to a f of z dz. If we observe in this figure, E, F and IA are the joining points to the curve C to C1 having opposite direction. So the integral value of EF and IA are same, but in opposite direction means they are having opposite directions. They are having opposite signs. That means IA have positive direction means EF has negative direction. So the integral values are same with opposite direction means we can cancel these two terms. And the remaining terms are integral over a b c d e f of z dz plus integral over f g h I f of z dz is equal to 0. So we can write these terms as integral over a b c d e f of z dz is equal to minus integral over f of z dz f of z dz is equal to 0. So here ABCD represents the region of the outer curve and FGHI represents the region of the inner curve. Here ABCD in anti-clockwise direction, FGHI in clockwise direction. So if we write this clockwise direction also in anti-clockwise direction, that means integration over IHGF, then this negative value becomes positive value. So finally, we can say from this integral over a b c d e f of z dz is equal to integral over IHGF f of z dz. That means here A, B, C, D, E, the points represents the outer curve C. The integral over IHGF represents the point curve C1. So from this we can write integral over C f of z dz is equal to integral over C1 f of z dz. That means outer curve, the integration of outer curve C is equal to the integral value of the inner curve C1. This is the proof of the extension of Cauchy's integral theorem. Now we are going to discuss Cauchy's integral formula. Let f of z be analytic function everywhere on and within a closed contour C if z is equal to a is any point within C, then f of a is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f of z by z minus a dz, where the integral is taken in positive signs around C. That means they are saying that f of z is analytic everywhere on within a closed contour C. So we are considering a closed contour C, in that the function f of z is analytic everywhere. And they are given that z is equal to a is any point within the curve C, then f of a, that means the function, the value of the function at this point a can be written as 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f of z by z minus a dz. So for this we consider a closed curve C, and in that we consider a point A. To prove this, we consider a small circle having radius R. If we observe here, we are considering a circle Z having center A with radius R. To prove f of A is equal to 1 by 2i integral over C f of Z by Z minus A dz. Now we are going to calculate this integral value. If we observe here, this is a closed curve C, and in that another curve is there C1. That means which is similar to the extension of Cauchy's integral theorem. So here we are considering Cauchy's integral theorem extension, that is integral over C f of z dz is equal to integral over C1 f of z dz. That means instead of calculating the integral value of C, we are going to calculate the integral value of C1. So for this, we are considering inner curve, equation of the inner circle, equation of the circle C1 with radius R. That means we can write equation of the circle C1 as modulus of Z minus A is equal to R. From this, here Z is a complex number. We can write this as Z minus A is equal to R e power I theta. So from this, Z is equal to A plus R e power I theta. By differentiating this, we can write dz is equal to differentiation of A with respect to theta is 0. R e power I theta becomes I R e power I theta d theta. Here we are considering a circle. So theta value lies between 0 to 2 pi. Now we are going to substitute these values here. That means integral over C f of z dz by z minus a dz is equal to integral over C1 f of z by z minus a dz. This can be considered by using the concept of extension of Cauchy's integral theorem. So in this integral, that is integral over C1 f of z by z minus a dz, in this we are going to substitute z is equal to a plus r e power I theta, and the denominator z minus a is equal to r e power I theta, dz is equal to I r e power I theta. By substituting these values, in that we get integral over C f of a plus r e power I theta by r e power I theta into I into r e power I theta d theta. By cancelling r e power I theta, r e power I theta, we have I, which is a constant term. So we are writing outside of the integration I into integral over C. The remaining term is f of a plus r e power I theta into d theta. Here we are considering a circle with small radius r. So if this r tends to 0, means the value z, the z is approximately equal to a. So then we can write the value r is equal to 0. If we substitute r is equal to 0 here, then this integral becomes I into integral over C1 f of a into d theta. Here we are integrating with respect to theta. So here f of a is a constant term. We are writing outside of the integration. That is I into f of a integral over C1 d theta. Integral of d theta is theta within the limits 0 to 2 pi. So from this the value is I f of a into 2 pi. So integral over C1 f of a plus r e power I theta value becomes I into f of a into 2 pi. Now we are going to substitute that value here in this place. Now integral over C f of z by z minus a dz is equal to 2 pi I into f of a. From this we can write f of a is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f of z by z minus a dz. So from this theorem we can say that if there is a closed contour C and there exists a point within that curve, then we can write the function at that point as f of a is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f of z by z minus a dz. This is Cauchy's integral formula. And next one, generalization of Cauchy's integral formula. Generalization of Cauchy's integral formula means already we proved that Cauchy's integral formula is f of a is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f of z by z minus a into dz. So for this we are generalizing. This means we are calculating nth term of this formula. If f of z is analytic on and within a simple closed curve C, and if a is any point within C, then we can write f power n of a is equal to n factorial by 2 pi I integral over C f of z by z minus a whole power n plus 1 into dz. To prove this, we consider Cauchy's integral formula, that is f of a is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f of z by z minus a dz. Consider this as equation 1. Applying Leibniz rule of differentiation under the integral sign to this equation 1, we write f dash of a is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f of z dou by dou a of 1 by z minus a dz. That means here we are differentiating. We are partially differentiate with respect to a. So we are differentiating with respect to a means the function f of z is constant. So for that we can write f dash of a is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f of z into dou by dou a of 1 by z minus a dz. We know that differentiation of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. By using that formula, we can write this value as minus 1 by z minus a whole square into minus 1. So f dash of a becomes 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f of z into minus 1 by z minus a whole square into minus 1 into dz. Minus 1 into minus 1 becomes plus. Finally, f dash of a is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f of z by z minus a whole square dz. This is equation 2. That means if we differentiate first time with respect to a, we get f dash of a. Next, we are going to apply Leibniz rule, same Leibniz rule of differentiation under integral sign to equation 2. Now equation 2 becomes f double dash of a is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f of z into dou by dou a of 1 by z minus a whole square into dz. Differentiation of 1 by z minus a whole square with respect to a becomes minus 2 by z minus a whole cube into minus 1. So f double dash of a is equal to this minus 2 into minus 1 becomes 2. Here we are writing this 2 as 2 factorial. So f double dash of a is equal to 2 factorial by 2 pi I integral over C f of z by z minus a whole cube into dz. By continuing in this way, we get f power n of a as n factorial by 2 pi I integral over C f of z by z minus a whole power n plus 1 into dz. So this is generalization theorem of Cauchy's integral formula. Now we are going to discuss some problems based on Cauchy's integral theorem and Cauchy's integral formula. Before that, we are going to recollect some basic definitions. That is, what is equation of a circle, what is singular point, and already we discussed that Cauchy's integral theorem and Cauchy's integral formula. First one, equation of a circle. Equation of a circle means modulus of z minus z naught is equal to r. That means with center having radius r. For this, if we consider an example, modulus of z minus 3 is equal to 5. That means if we equate left side term to 0, we get z value as 3. That means which mod z is equal modulus of z minus 3 is equal to 5 represents a circle with center 3 having radius 5. Second example, modulus of z minus 1 plus 2i is equal to 3 minus I. By equating left side term to 0, we get z is equal to 1 minus 2i and r is equal to 3 minus I. That is, it also represents a circle with center 1 minus 2i having radius 3 minus I. Mod z is equal to 10 means here if we equate mod z to 0, we get z is equal to 0 and the right hand side value 10 represents radius of the circle. That means which also represents a circle with center 0 having radius 10. Now, what is a singular point? Singular point means the point where the function is not analytic. That means where the function is not differentiable or the function at that point we cannot define. For example, integral z square plus 2 by z minus 2 dz. To solve this integral, here if we observe the function f of z, denominator is also there. If the given function has a denominator, at that time we are going to calculate singular points. How to calculate singular points means by equating denominator term to 0. Here the denominator term is z minus 2. So we are equating z minus 2 to 0. From this we get z is equal to 2. That means z is equal to 2 is a singular point. How can we say that z is equal to 2 is a singular point? Means if we substitute z is equal to 2 in the given function, the denominator value becomes 0. Anything by 0 is not defined. If your function is not defined means we can say that the function is not analytic. So here z is equal to 2 is a singular point. We already discussed that what is Cauchy's integral theorem and what is Cauchy's integral formula. By using these four definitions, we are going to solve some problems. Here we are going to evaluate integral over c z square plus 5 into dz, where c is mod z is equal to 1 in first case, mod z is equal to 5 in second case, modulus of z minus 3 pi is equal to 10 in third case. C is a curve whose sides are x is equal to plus or minus 1, comma y is equal to plus or minus 1 in fourth case. In all these cases, the function is same. That is, here the function f of z is z square plus 5 into dz. If we observe the function f of z, z square plus 5, here there is no denominator. So the function is always analytic. Here the z square plus 5 is a polynomial function. The polynomial function is analytic at every point. Consider first case, mod z is equal to 1. Mod z is equal to 1 means it represents a circle with center 0 having radius 1. If we consider a circle with center 0 with radius 1, this is the condition. Now we are going to calculate integral over C f of z dz in this region. Here the singular point. So in this problem, there is no singular points. Why? Because there is no denominator in the given function f of z. We already discussed that f of z is analytic at every point. Mod z is equal to 1 represents a circle with center 0 having radius 1. Radius 1 means by Cauchy's integral theorem, we can write this integral value as 0 directly. Why? Because Cauchy's integral theorem states that a function f of z is analytic within and on a closed curve C, then we can write the integral value as 0. Here f of z is analytic at every point. So we can write by Cauchy's integral theorem, this integral value is 0. Now consider second case, mod z is equal to 5. Mod z is equal to 5 represents a circle with center 0 having radius 5. Already we discussed that the function f of z, that is z square plus 5, is analytic at every point. So again, by using the concept of Cauchy's integral theorem, here also the integral value becomes 0. Now considering third condition, modulus of z minus 3 pi is equal to 10, which also represents a circle having center 3 pi with radius 10. Here also the function, because the function is same, f of z is z square plus 5, is analytic at every point. Whatever may be the condition, that also represents a closed curve. In closed curve, f of z is analytic. So by using Cauchy's integral theorem, here also the integral value becomes 0. Next, fourth case, C is a square with points x is equal to plus or minus 1, y is equal to plus or minus 1. Here we are considering a square having points x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1, x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to minus 1. Here the shape square is also a closed curve and the function f of z is analytic at everywhere. So by using Cauchy's integral theorem, the integral value becomes 0. For this problem, we can say that in each condition, they are given each condition is a closed curve and the given function f of z is analytic at everywhere. So for this, we can use Cauchy's integral theorem and in all the cases, the integral value of f of z is 0. Now, second problem, integral over C z square plus 5z plus 6 by z minus 2 dz. That means we are going to calculate integral over C f of z dz value in the cases C is mod z is equal to 1, C is mod z is equal to 3 and mod z is equal to 2. That means they are representing, they are given conditions mod z is equal to 1, mod z is equal to 3, mod z is equal to 2. In these regions, what is the integral value of the given function? So we are considering first case C is mod z is equal to 1 means here also the condition represents a circle with center 0 having radius 1. Here we are considering a circle with center 0 having radius 1. Now considering the function f of z, here f of z is in the form of integral over C f of z by z minus a. In this problem denominator is also there, so we are going to calculate what are the singular points for the given function. To calculate a singular point, we equate the denominator term to 0. Here the denominator term is z minus 2. Equating z minus 2 to 0, we get z is equal to 2. Z is equal to 2 means we can write this z is equal to 2 as the point 2 comma 0. Why? Because z is equal to 2. We know that z is equal to x plus iy. So we can write this 2 as 2 plus I into 0. So the x value of, the x value is 2 and the y value is 0. And z is equal to 2 is a singular point. Except at 2, the function is analytic at everywhere. Why? Because if we substitute z is equal to 2 here, the denominator value becomes 0. Function anything by 0 gives an undetermined form. So here 2 is a singular point. That means at the point 2, the given function is not analytic. What about the integral value in this region means we are considering a circle with center 0 having radius 1 and we know that z is equal to 2 is a singular point. If we plot the point 2 comma 0, the point 2 comma 0 represents outside of the circle, that means the given function f of z is analytic within and on the curve C. So by using Cauchy's integral theorem, this integral value becomes 0. That is integral over C z square plus 5z plus 6 by z minus 2 dz is equal to 0. Now considering second case, C is mod z which is equal to 3. That means it represents a circle with center 3 having with center 0 having radius 3. Now we are considering a circle with center 0 having radius 3. We know that z is equal to 2 is a singular point. So if we plot the point 2 comma 0 which lies inside the circle, so we are going to calculate the value of the function at the point 2. So this concept is similar to Cauchy's integral formula. So by applying Cauchy's integral formula, integral over C f of z by integral over C f of z by z minus a is equal to 2 pi I into f of a. Here the value of a is 2. Why? Because in the denominator we are having z minus 2. So given function is in the form of integral over c f of z by z minus a. That means z minus 2. So we can take a is equal to 2. We know that f of z is equal to z square plus 5z plus 6. Now we are going to calculate f of 2. That means we are going to substitute z is equal to 2. If we substitute z is equal to 2 in f of z, we get f of 2 is equal to 20. By substituting f of a value in Cauchy's integral formula, we get integral over c z square plus 5z plus 6 by z minus 2 dz is equal to 40 pi I. This is the second case. And the third case is mod z is equal to 2. Mod z is equal to 2 means which represents a circle with center 0 having radius 2. Now we are going to consider a circle with center 0 having radius 2, and we already know that 2 is a singular point. If we plot 2 in xy plane, that point represent on the circle C. On the circle C. That means we use the Cauchy's integral formula. That is integral over C f of z by z minus a is equal to 2 pi I into f of a. If a point lies outside the circle means then we can say that the integral value is 0 by using Cauchy's integral theorem. In this case, the point lies boundary of the circle. Now we cannot apply Cauchy's integral theorem. So we are applying Cauchy's integral formula to calculate the function value at the point 2. Here also a value is 2. We get the same value as in case 2. The value of f of a is 20. So finally the integral value becomes 40 pi I. That is integral over c z square plus 5z plus 6 by z minus 2 dz is equal to 40 pi I. Next problem. Evaluate integral over c e power 2z by z minus 2 dz where c is mod z is equal to 1. Here the function f of z is in the form integral over c f of z by z minus a. That means here we have denominator. If we have a denominator in the function, then we are going to calculate what are the singular points. To calculate that singular point, we equate denominator term to 0. That is z minus 2 is equal to 0. If z minus 2 is equal to 0 means we get z is equal to 2. That is z is equal to 2 is a singular point for the given function. Except at z is equal to 2, the function f of z is analytic at everywhere. And the given condition is mod z is equal to 1. That means we are considering a circle, a closed curve with center 0 having radius 1. Here the singular point z is equal to 2 means if we plot a point 2, 0 in xy plane which lies outside of the circle, which lies outside of the circle. Which lies outside of the circle means here the closed curve is analytic. So by using Cauchy's integral theorem, we can say that this integral value is 0. And the next problem is we are going to evaluate integral value of e power z by z minus 1 into z plus 3 whole square dz where the given region of integration is mod z is equal to 3 by 2. In the given function, we have denominator. So to find singular points, we equate denominator to 0. That is z minus 1 into z plus 3 whole square is equal to 0. by equating each term to 0, we get z is equal to 1 and z is equal to minus 3. Those two are singular points for the given function. Z is equal to 1 can be written as 1 plus I into 0. That means we can write as the point 1 comma 0. Similarly, z is equal to minus 3 can be taken as the point minus 3 comma 0. And the given condition is mod z is equal to 3 by 2. That means it represents a circle with center 0 having radius 3 by 2. Here we are considering a circle with center 0 having radius 3 by 2. 3 by 2 means the point is 1.5. So we are considering a circle with center 0 having radius 1.5. And we know that the singular points are 1 comma 0 and minus 3 comma 0. If we plot these points in xy plane, the point 1 comma 0 lies within the circle. The point 1 comma 0 lies within the circle and the point minus 3 comma 0 lies outside the circle. Minus 3 comma 0 lies outside the circle. So here we are going to calculate the function value only at the point 1 comma 0 by using Cauchy's integral formula. For that we are going to write the given function as e power z by z plus 3 whole square by z minus 1. Here we are going to calculate f of z value or integral value only at the point 1. Why? Because 1 only lies within the circle C. So we can write the function like this. By applying Cauchy's integral formula, that is integral over C, f of z by z minus a is equal to 2 pi I into f of a. Here the value of a is 1. By calculating f of a value, that is f of 1 value, by substituting z is equal to 1 in given function f of z, we get e power 1 by 1 plus 3 whole square, that is e by 16. The value of f of a is e by 16. Now we are going to substitute that value in Cauchy's integral formula, that is integral over c e power z by z plus 3 whole square by z minus 1 into dz is equal to 2 pi I into e by 16. Finally, the integral value becomes e pi I by 8. Like this, we can evaluate integral values or we can evaluate given functions by using Cauchy's integral theorem and Cauchy's integral formula. Thank you.